Hello! Tonight we're gonna make spaghetti with meatballs. Make sure you got your noodles right here. And you got your tomato sauce right here. Over here you got some parsley flakes, garlic salt, and Italian seasoning. We're gonna use that in the sauce. And over here we got some fresh mushrooms, some sliced mushrooms, and some frozen meatballs right here. And the serving size for frozen meatballs is 6 per person, and we're fixing that for 3 people. So that makes 18 frozen meatballs. And we also have our water, which we are going to use to boil the noodles. That's about 2/3 full in a large pot. So the first thing we have to do is fix the sauce. We're going to take that and we're going to put it in there. Okay, we got that sauce in there. And now we have to add these spices, about a handful of each one. And my camerawoman will demonstrate that for you. About that much of the Italian seasoning. About that much of the garlic salt, or a little bit less if you can't stand having a lot of salt. And about that much parsley flakes. I like to smush them up a bit before I put them in there. And it likes to stick to my hand. Okay. Now we just stir that up and then we turn the heat on under it. Alright. Just gonna mix all those herbs in there. Scrape it off the edges of the pot. Just wait until that starts simmering, and then we will add the meatball. Okay, it's boiling now, so we're going to turn it off. We're going to start putting the frozen meatballs in there. We have to be very careful because we do not want the tomato sauce to spatter onto us. So let's see if we can do this. Yeah. You're definitely going to need to have an adult help you with that one. And I'm not about to show you our sink. Just get all the meatballs in the sauce. So it's all covered. And we're going to turn the fire back on. I need 2 hands to do that. Okay, we turned it on and now it's boiling again, so we're going to turn it down low. This stove is a bit tricky. Okay, there we go. Well, it could be a little bit lower. Okay, that's good. Now it's just simmering. We're going to take the lid. Set that for a certain amount. Okay, now we got it in there. We have to set our timer for a certain amount of time. Can you get that for me? My hands are kind of big. About 25 minutes. Start. Okay, we got our timer set, and now we can work on the noodles. So we're gonna, let's see, we got the water in there. We just need to turn the fire on. If you could do that for me, that'd be cool. Yeah, your stove might not be as old as our stove. Okay, alright, that water is going to boil so we can fix the noodles. And those are going to cook, so we'll get back to you when those are done and we'll tell you what to do next. Just been told that I might have forgotten something, and here it is. The mushrooms that have to go in the sauce, and I will show you how to do that. You need about half of a small box of sliced mushrooms. We've already got half, so we're just going to dump them all in there. Be careful you don't spatter sauce onto yourself. And stir them in there. Okay. We're going to come back and stir these every now and then, maybe about every 10 minutes. Let's see how much time we got. So in about 7 more minutes we'll come back and stir that. And right now we're just waiting on that to boil. Okay. So while we're waiting, I think I'll show you how to set the table. You have your knife and your spoon over there, and your fork over there, and of course your glass goes right there. We got the plates over here. See? This is a special type of plate called a spode. I think the water might be boiling. Let's check. Yeah, there's steam coming out of those holes. Make sure you put your oven mitt on there. Okay. Let's check. Yep. Okay. Now we have to fix the water. And I'll show you what to do there. We've got some olive oil. And we're going to put a couple of... But be very careful. 1, 2. Okay. That'll make it so that the noodles don't stick to each other. We also want to put about that much salt in there. Maybe a tablespoon or so. Okay. Alright, now we just need something to stir it with, and we will stir it with this noodle spoon. Be very careful around hot water because you don't want it to burn you. Okay, this is a 12-ounce box of spaghetti noodles, and we've already used half of it, so we're going to dump the other half in here. And then we take our noodle spoon and we'll get them all in the water. So they can boil. And these are kind of thick, so we're going to time them for about 9 minutes. Probably a good idea to wait until the meatballs are done before you start these, unless you have more than one timer. So we're going to take this lid, close that up. You see how ours has a colander hold, and that's so we can drain the noodles without having to open the pot. Otherwise you'll need to use a colander. Okay, the noodles are done. Now the last thing we have to do with the noodles before we drain them is we take a ladleful from there and we put it in there. So, here we go. Take a ladle. Get a ladleful of the water. Very careful. Put it in the sauce. I'm going to stir that up with this ladle because that's what we're going to use to dish it up with. Alright. put it back on there and drain the pasta, okay? It's all drained? Yeah. Drop some water on something that I don't know what it is. And we're gonna start dishing it up. Okay, we are ready to eat. Well, I will be putting all of the instructions on a link that should be appearing right here. So, I hope this helped you out with your dinner plans, and I'll see you later.